All right, everybody, thanks for joining in. I'm Suhail. We're live broadcasting from New Delhi, India's capital. And I'm for AJ Plus, Al Jazeera's digital channel. So if you see this contingent of police here. So there's a student protest happening. Dozens of students were just rounded up in two buses by the police. So more protesters will be coming in. Many claim that it has been a turbulent year for Indian universities and campuses. Student community has been protesting over various issues in different campuses of India. The latest one being a student leader in one of the India's premier universities, JNU, was arrested. And he's been charged of sloganeering anti-India remarks during a protest session the student union held in the campus. Now people are coming on the streets saying it's an assault on dissent, or it's an assault on the freedom of expression. Let's talk to some folks and see what's happening. Most of the students who were here protesting have been rounded up by police just a short while back. We have Dr. Umakant here. He's a Dalit scholar and activist. Hi, Dr. Umakant.
Yes.
We're broadcasting live to our international audience. Can you share what just happened here and what are these protests all about?
See, this protest is about the crackdown on campuses in India right now, where Dalit students and other students are being targeted for not towing the line of the Hindutva politics. And it's highly unwarranted action by the police. They have no business to stop people from protesting against the injustices that have been meted out to students, whether it is JNU or Hyderabad Central University or Jadavpur University or Allahabad University or Banaras Hindu University, or even for that matter several other university campuses. Students are rising about several issues. It is not just a question of some Dalits or Adivasi students being discriminated against, but there are many other issues on which they have been mobilizing students. And in this dispensation, which is like a right-wing government right now in India, they are trying to impose their own fascist culture.
But some might ask that if this is an issue happening inside a campus, why is it spilling onto the streets of Delhi?
That's mainly because these right-wing organizations are calling in first people from outside to speak against the students in front of these university campuses. So in a way, students are also coming onto the streets not only to show their anger, but also to demand society at large, because there is a sinister campaign to brand these students as anti-nationals. So they are coming onto streets to say that no, we are not anti-nationals. We are like any other Indian citizen. We are also demanding our rights, which has been enshrined in the Constitution of India. There is nothing wrong in demanding for rights. I mean, that way there is a glorious history of student movement in this country, and they have always fought against the dictatorial governance.
We have a question from a viewer. He's asking that has any politician really visited the university where this issue is happening?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, even Rahul Gandhi came to the campus, and several other leaders, including the Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and plus several other leaders, not only from political organizations but also from several social organizations. They have been visiting, they are from farmers organizations. They all have been visiting and showing their solidarity with the students. Yesterday at the march at Jantar Mantar, also there were several political leaders who came and
I think some more students probably are coming this way. Let's hop that way. Let's hop that way and see what's happening there.
So it's really a sad situation that in your own country you cannot even protest.
So what just happened like short while back? Dozens of students were rounded up by police in buses.
Yes, and they have been sent to.
Most of the protest is dispersed now.
Yes. So and that's really sad, because in a democracy, if you do not have a right to protest, that clearly shows that the Indian state is becoming a police state. You cannot unleash police on your own citizens like this. This is highly undemocratic action by the local police, Delhi police, and somebody should be held accountable for this. Otherwise, India cannot claim that it is a democratic country.
I think
There will be some more people. In fact, some Dalit politicians are also expected to come.
Hey viewers, if you could see, police is rushing to this another spot of protesters there, and seems likely that they might also be rounded up because police hasn't been allowing the protests
Yes.
happen here. So
I mean, this is not a prohibited zone. How can you, take away the students who want to light candles in memory of police?
there's a lot of media contingent covering this issue as well. The issue of the friction between what some might call the friction between different student bodies in India and the present government, BJP-led government, is not going fine. So this is a series of protests that has happened like last couple of weeks.
The mother of Rohit Vemula is here, Radhika Vemula.
Okay,
Here in the crowd.
the mother of Rohit
Vemula.
was a Dalit scholar. He committed suicide last month, apparently because he was there was an assault in his university on his freedom of expression, and he was allegedly not given his stipend because the Dalit scholars, Rohit Vemula, he's one of the
Radhika.
Dalit scholar, because the Dalit scholars in his university had an issue with the right-wing student body in the university, and which compelled, as different newspaper reports suggest, which compelled the university to stop his stipend and ultimately led to his suicide. So that issue has really generated a lot of traction in the country. And now Rohit's mother is here. A lot of media contingent, as you can see, are talking to her. The Dalits are the underprivileged class in India. Indian society is divided into different castes. There are higher castes and there are lower castes. And lower castes get reservation in jobs and subsidized schooling. So Dalits are from the lower caste, but as activists say, in most cases what happens is lower castes tend to get pushed to the wall. Some might say they get marginalized. And Rohit Vemula, who committed suicide, was one of the students from the lower caste. As you might see, police is not allowing people to gather here, and most of the students who came here to protest have been rounded up in buses, and there are some who are here, and a media contingent is talking to them. चलो चल 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 Let's try to talk to some students. There aren't many here. They have been rounded up, but there are a couple here. Excuse me, hi.
Diksha.
Excuse me, hi. We're broadcasting this protest to the international audience. Can you tell me what's happening here? And
Actually, thing is that we are seeing the description is there. Police force is not allowing us to put candles there. They're saying that they don't have any permission. And if there is a case of any journal thing, they'll allow us. Even they cooperate them. So this is happening. They're not allowing us. And
yeah.
it has been not wonder they can use lathi also if we'll do something.
You're saying that police can use batons as well?
Yes, they can. We don't trust them actually.
What are the issues that you think student community has?
It's pretty clear nowadays. It's a basic thing. First of all, discrimination. Then Brahminical concept in society still exists in society, and that's Rohit is one of the best example and recent example.
All right, you could see
They still
police is coming in.
Look, you will see. Just in 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of police contingent here, as you
Yeah.
can see.
They're still holding sticks.
So a group of protesters has finally managed to sit in. They have been allowed to sit in for a while, and we have to see how long this will go. We're a couple more people here, and I'll try to ask them a couple of questions as to how things are shaping up. Hi. I'm broadcasting live for Al Jazeera. So our viewers are asking us, like, what do students basically want? Why are they protesting?
Why are they protesting
Yeah,
here
why are
just
they
now?
protesting?
As you know, Rohit Vemula, research scholar at HCU, was what is we understand it to be an institutional murder, which is the thing that the university, in a sense, is a space which is supposed to understand the unequal backgrounds from which people come and create a platform, create a space where people are treated as equals. In Rohit's case, it was very clear that institutionally the university reflected the inequalities of society and punished him.
Many tend to suggest that the year has been a year of mutinies in different campuses of India. Why do you think that is the case?
It's the answer at one level is pretty simple, at another it's quite complicated. The simple answer is that there are different political tendencies. There are different political tendencies in the Indian political space, and certainly regressive right-wing tendencies are on the rise. So university spaces are not spaces where these things will be taken by others lying down. So obviously there is a sort of a.
But as you might see, people are now demanding justice and wanting freedom of expression, and the main concern is that there has been growing assault on dissent in the universities and campuses in India. Alright guys, we'll be signing off in a couple of minutes. The protest is ongoing. The students have now lit candles. They'll try to sit for a candlelight vigil if the police allows them. But it seems like they finally have been allowed to hold a sit-in now here in Delhi near the India Gate, near this landmark India Gate.